Hello everyone, it's Jack from VFX Hut. So, as you may notice, lots of things have changed. So, we no longer have a store and we no longer have the membership site as of April. So what you'll notice now is there's no way to directly buy assets. So if you used to buy VDB volumes for like $2.99, $3.99 or $4.99, that's no longer an option. But by visiting our Gumroad page, what you will notice is that there is VDB volume packs, like for example Fire, which have majority of the VDBs all within one pack for $14.99. So it's actually way better value. So for the price you'd normally pay for about, in this instance, 4 or 5 volumes, you're getting 19, which is better in terms of being able to, if you ever downloaded one and you thought, oh, it's not quite right, but I'll use it. Now you won't hopefully have that issue as much because one payment gets you 19. Also worth noting that these are tiny previews. So they was all rendered at like 280 by 280 for the old website. So they're quite low res, but that doesn't mean that the files are low res. It just means that these previews are low res. Going forward, they will be higher quality. Yeah, this is just the old preview when you used to click on the site and you could see them all moving all at the same time. So that's why these look quite low res. And just in case you didn't know, it's not the actual speed of the file. It's sometimes sped up just to show you the variation, like because that file looks mad, but it might not be that mad when you actually get it. That's probably sped up 3 or 4 times. So we've got a new section at the top called bestsellers. So these are the ones that do really well. Car smoke being one of the best sellers in general. So overall, what's cool about this site as well is it allows you to see how much everything costs if you was to buy it all by clicking on the lifetime membership. So this will be updated over time. And it's showing that if you used to buy everything individually, it'd cost £713.29p. If you went on the shop, it would have cost a lot more to buy all these assets individually, but that's just all the packs together, and it would come to that much. But the lifetime membership is exactly the same price as it was on the old website. So for $199, you get access to this, access to all these packs, and any future packs that are added for just that one payment. We also now, which is really cool, have the option to, if you add it to cart, you can just pay straight away for the $199, or if you pay in 8 installments, it'll be split across this much. So you've got the option to either just buy it outright or pay for it. So it's kind of like a monthly membership for £24, but then after you've paid that for the 8 months, it's yours forever. And then anything new you keep as well. So it's a brilliant way of getting new artists. Obviously, when this number increases to over £1,000, we'll potentially be reviewing this price. So the only thing that we have lost that you can't get access to anymore is annual memberships. We're already talking to Gumroad about this, and potentially it might come in the future. And then if we look at something like Smoke, again, this is 24 volumes for $9.99. It used to be like $2.99 each. Some of them were 79p, but it was rare that there was that low. So it just means that you're getting a lot more value for money. And again, low res previews, but that doesn't mean that the file quality is low. So what you'll notice scrolling down as well is you might see a few that say legacy. And if it says legacy and that they cost nothing, then they are free, but they're not to the standard of the paid for ones. So just to let you know, this is when we first opened the shop and VDBs was fairly new and it was hard to get something that looked quite good. 1, from an understanding point of view, and 2, from technical limitations of being able to pump out a lot of assets. Don't expect these to look as good, but we're still giving them away because they might be useful for some people's scenes. And although these was all rendered in Redshift, but although these look quite good in terms of like shape and stuff, they might be more blocky and be prone to more artifacts. So we're just letting you know that still the legacy stuff is now free, but it's not to the quality of some of the better volumes. This, I suppose, is an interesting thing to note as well. So this is free, but again, this doesn't represent the quality of our scans. These are just scans that have failed, but we still want to give them away just in case. It's a good way to populate scenes. So if you're chucking loads of rubbish into a room and you want to kind of make it look like some kind of cyberpunk hoarder, and you want to put these assets in, like they're imperfect, so there's stuff that's wrong with them. But then if you wanted to lie a few of these in underneath things, like you'd never know that it's a rubbish scan. So we're giving them away just on that basis. So again, it doesn't represent the quality of the assets. These are much more in lines with the sort of quality that you can expect. So these are actual really high quality scans. Textures, again, like if we click in rock, for example, this is all the rock textures that we had on the website. So there's 46 rock textures all in the same pack. This doesn't show all 46, but it shows some of the best ones, in our opinion. So yeah, all the rock textures that used to be on the website will be in Surface 1, and then whenever we release another pack, it'll be Rock Surfaces 2. Again, it might take longer for releases now because we've got to make it worth it. But yeah, so any textures that used to be on the website, 66 stone textures, all in one place. So again, if you used to buy individually, this is a lot better value, but if you had the membership for the year, maybe not as much. Again, base mesh. So this is a strange product, like, because it's got 53 base meshes in. It's just going to be hard these days to kind of put meshes on individually. Like, who's going to want a tiny model when you can probably generate it with AI or make it, or you've got membership with Adobe, like you get to pick individual assets. So we've just done a blanket base mesh pack 1. It might be useful for some people, might not, but it's just starting points for models. Some are okay, like you could potentially use that as is, like you don't need to do much to that. But and then again, just texture that and it's done. But then horses, obviously, you need to truck that into ZBrush to make it look good. So that's just a little new thing, I guess. Same with Kitbash. This used to all these elements used to be part of, used to be individual, but now it's all part of a pack, 81 pieces. But again, worth noting with this is kind of pretty much just these panels with a few extra bits chucked in. We'll be taking these down soon because these are like legacy, but they're probably duplicated elsewhere. So I'd probably ignore these. And the last thing worth noting, I think, is what's beautiful about Gumroad is it can allow us to send emails to people who have bought products and stuff, so that's brilliant. So what that means is we won't bombard you. What it just means is, like this, for example, footwear is only $3.99, but it's only got 2 shoes in. So it's got those 2 models. But eventually, we're going to plan to add on to this pack. So if you buy this now at $3.99, and in like a year's time we've added another 3 or 4 shoes, the price will go up, but you won't pay any more for it. So you'll be able to get access to all the new shoes for free, because you'll be sent an email saying, hey, we've updated this product, download the new shoes now. But obviously anybody new coming will obviously pay however much the new price is. Again, tools. So it's been a bit tricky in terms of creating packs, like, because we don't want to just put individual assets on here. So at the moment, tools has literally only got the 1 scan in there, but eventually this will, it says here, anybody that logs in will get future scans for free. So if we ever scan any more tools, we'll add them in here. Yes, the price will go up, but anybody already logged in will get them for free. Yeah, so ultimately, hopefully it's better for people. Like, it's also better in terms of payment, because the only option we had before was PayPal, but I believe this has got a lot more options in terms of being more accessible for more countries. The original plan was also to get stuff on Fab, but they're not being very helpful in terms of getting everything over. So we'll slowly populate this, but this is no longer a priority. And the categories for VDBs just do not work either. So it's something that might potentially happen. Yeah, we really was hoping for Fab to be good, but it's actually not been that easy, and Gumroad's actually been brilliant. So to help us get their stuff on there very fast, which was really cool. So yeah, hopefully you found this insightful. Any questions or any confusion or anything, just drop it in the comments and I'll hopefully get back to you. So thanks for coming on along the journey, and thanks for sticking with us. So yeah, stay creative and I'll catch you on the next one.